tuning in to D4 Sports, Day Drinking with Don and Dustin. I'm Don.
And I'm Dustin, and we're bringing you sports talk from around the world and drinking tips to make every game a winner.
We appreciate you checking out our podcast. So now,
live from Lubbock, Texas,
and London, England,
this is D4.
Welcome, everyone, to episode number 89 of D4 Sports. And Dustin, I see your shirt. I hope you see mine, because I'm telling you, I mean, we can talk about it in detail later, but I've got people at work starting to message me saying, hey, I'm like, hey, I know, Millwall, baby.
Yeah, no, can't do it.
You have to do it. You have to.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't watch the YouTube channel, because I know there are so many out there that do.
We got a call from YouTube that said, hey, can you guys try to slow down your views a little bit?
Or at least get one.
Might have been spam, but I don't know.
For those that, can't see, we're both wearing Millwall gear right now.
Indeed. So. Proudly, after a huge win and moving all alone into second place, but I get ahead of myself because it's time for the Witty Banter to start the show. And without the Witty Banter, I don't know what this show would be. We might have to talk politics.
I'm down. Let's go. Bring it.
No, we're not doing that again. Welcome. How are you doing, Dustin? April the 4th, Saturday before Easter. Anything exciting happen in your world?
Anything exciting? I don't know about exciting. But it is early. It is 7 a.m. here.
Yeah, we're popping another one of these out. So,
yeah, I haven't been outside yet. It's supposed to be windy today, but
so
you
mean like a normal day?
Cold and windy. So I think if I step outside, it'll be like Cold Blow Lane, just cold and windy. Cold Blow Lane.
Does sound fun.
You know Cold Blow Lane, right?
I don't know that reference. I felt like it was a reference of some sort, but I don't have it. So
you should Google it. Being a Millwall fan, you should Google Cold Blow Lane.
I will check it out. If it is related to Millwall, I will check it out.
Oh, it's related.
Yeah, well, we finally hit daylight savings time here this week. So we are now starting to experience the exact opposite of all the winter doldrums, where it is now light before 6 and light until after 8. And we're going to get another 2 hours in each direction over the next 3 months as the days get long. It just would be nice if the sun came out, because it's just not doing it so far this year. And that's a little frustrating, but it is what it is. We've got some nice long days. We'll take them and, enjoy it. And of course, here in the UK, Easter is a 4-day weekend. We get Good Friday and Easter Monday off. They're bank holidays. So like everyone has a 4-day week, which is interesting because it makes it like the only actual 4-day weekend in the entire calendar. I mean, we get Christmas and Boxing Day off. So if those happen to back to the weekend, you would get one. But this is the only time of the year where there's two consecutive holidays. So it's kind of nice.
Yeah. I mean, it's a 4-day weekend for schools here in America.
Like all schools?
Well, at least in Lubbock, all schools, which is weird because I was talking to my son the other day and I said, you have Friday and Monday off. And he said, yeah, I know. I'm excited. I said, do you even go to school anymore? So they had spring break, which is a week off of school.
Sure.
And they had Monday off the following spring break. And they've done that the past couple years. And I'm going, you need a day off from having a week off?
Well, yeah.
It's a teacher work day.
Okay.
So I guess
Interesting.
the teachers don't want the kids to come back yet either.
Well,
So,
no, of course. I mean, I taught for a long time. The teachers never really want the kids there. There's that.
I know.
But
I know.
well, yeah, over here they do basically a 2-week school break. So there's like the 4-day weekend at Easter. So they do the week before and the week after to give kids 10 days off, 2 weeks off school here in the middle of April. So kids running around everywhere. There was a group of hoodlums down in South London decided to like break in and like terrorize the Marks and Spencer, which is like a grocery store. So I don't really know. Not really sure what the point of, taking it to Marks and Spencer was, but they did. I didn't read too much about that, but I thought that was kind of curious. I was like, if all the places you're gonna go and like be young and rambunctious, I just don't think I don't have the grocery store high on my list.
What about Walmart?
I try not to go to Walmart at all.
I went into Walmart the other day, and as I'm walking in, there was about 7. They were probably 7th graders running towards like the front. They have like the customer service, the bathrooms, like right past the checkout stands. They were running down that way, like all of them, just sprinting. And then on the other end, this guy comes out in a Walmart uniform or vest and says, I mean, he basically just kicks them all out. Like, so semi-similar. They just didn't vandalize that I know of. Yeah.
Well, I have no intention of going and vandalizing or terrorizing anyone. Maybe, who knows? Later in the day,
unless Millwall wins it, and then the hooligans.
There's a possibility. Yeah. All right. Well, enough witty banter. We're done with that. Serious. What are you drinking? 7 a.m. I hope it's potent.
Oh, it's potent. It's margarita, baby.
Oh.
Lime margarita.
Ooh. Recess.
Nice. Craft mocktails. 0% ABV. Oh, I thought it said cocktail. Oh, thought it was the real thing. No, but this was sent in by our avid listener, Matt Houchin. So
nice.
Thank you for the non-alcoholic margarita, Matt. Appreciate that. But it's not bad.
I mean, they call them mocktails, and sometimes these mocktails have clever names. What would you call a fake margarita?
This one says a lime margarita.
Okay.
Infused with something. Adaptogens. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Good.
I've had worse mocktails and drinks on this show.
We've seen it.
But I also am drinking coffee.
Oh, Cardinals
with
mug.
My birds on a bat mug.
There you go. Look at you.
Cards.
Yeah. Yeah, they're playing ball.
The coffee flavor that I have is called Highland Grog. It's got some Irish.
Oddly enough, that's what I'm drinking. No, I'm just kidding.
It would not surprise me.
Little later in the day for me here, so I already had my coffee, and I'm sipping on water, and then I'm also just sipping on a little Negroni. This one a little light on the Campari because it was the end of the bottle, so I didn't quite have a full equal pour. And I have a new type of vermouth, which is kind of a popular one. It's called Punt et Mes. P-U-N-T. It looks like Punt e Mes, but Punt et Mes is how it's pronounced. A little stronger, a little sweeter, very dark color. Not a bad little Negroni.
It looks like coffee with ice in it, if I'm being honest.
I can assure you it is not coffee with ice. It is not that.
I know. You're drinking it, so I know it's not.
Oh, hello. I do drink coffee with ice on occasion in the summertime. If it ever gets warm here, I might have some sometime, but I guess we'll see. But not for D4. That would be an oddity. We had the one show where I went dry. That was, 1 out of 89. It's not too bad.
It's impressive. I mean, we've been doing this for what, 3 years?
All right. Give me an opening shot.
Okay. So we were talking about holidays just a minute ago, I think.
We were.
And the Cubs recently decided to throw a few people under the bus.
Okay.
And by that, I mean I think it was the like Cubs TV station, like their own broadcast, panned to different people in the stands with their computers out doing work.
Nice.
Which means they called in and didn't go to work,
Right.
and then put them on live TV.
Or maybe they're taking a call. That would be awesome.
Yeah. So what is your take on that? Like the first, opening day or first weekend of baseball. Some people think it's a very big thing, right? And opening day.
There were people
not
in
as big
St.
as it
Louis
used to
every
be.
year wanted to try to get opening day as a national holiday.
Not anymore. But yeah.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Let's say if you call in sick, right? Or even if you're gutsy enough to like go into the stadium and work from the stadium. Like, look, I work from home like 90% of the time, right? And I got to be careful what I say here just in case somebody listens. But there are days where, I don't feel bad about this. I frequently go out for a walk in the middle of the day, right around lunchtime. I'll go take a walk when it's sunny, get out of the house, stretch my legs. I'll take my phone. I've joined calls from the park. I mean, not all calls are super critical. You don't always need to be sitting at your computer to take a call. Sometimes I have maybe, shall we say, been less attentive to my computer and, as I like to say, work from phone, throughout the day. I don't think I'd have the guts to do that in the stadium, but here's what I was thinking. The only way you're going to get caught is if somebody is watching the game.
That's what I'm saying. The Cubs putting them on blast by putting them on live television.
Well, right. But like, okay, so let's say you're in a meeting and you have the guts to be working from the stadium. The only way you're going to get caught is if somebody else is actually watching the game during work hours anyway.
Has the guts to be watching it while they're at work?
Well, yeah. So what are you going to say? Well, I saw it. Well, how did you see me? Well, I was watching I don't know. I must have seen it on the news. I mean, there's
a replay.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's not very nice on the part of the Cubs. I mean, I got to say.
Kind of funny.
It is funny. It is funny. And, I do have to give a little bit of a tip of the hat if somebody actually does have the guts to like go to and work from the stadium, But look, but I'll say this too. And this because, you have had a handful of jobs over your life. And recently, you run in the basketball camp and, running your basketball teams and stuff. And you could very easily be in the stadium. And if you had work to do, but, it's like when you're kind of self-employed like that, or you have a business like that,
But taking your computer in and like they're sitting there with a laptop in their lap. Like,
hey, man.
Well,
Baseball
one guy
can
was
be
in
slow.
a t-shirt and shorts. The other guy was in like a parka and had his hoodie on and like covering half his face.
Well, have you been to Chicago in April? I went to a game in Chicago in April and
I'm sure.
wanted a parka.
I'm sure it's cold and windy.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, one of the years when I was teaching band, we did a band trip to Chicago and we went to the Cubs game and it was around April 15th or something. And Kerry Wood was pitching, which was the only reason we even stayed 6 innings because it was flipping cold. I mean, it was freezing. We had college kids in front of us who were complaining about the cold. That's how cold it was because they had a lot of beer in them and they were still complaining about the cold. So, yeah.
Did he happen to hit a home run that game?
Who, Kerry Wood?
Mm-hmm.
No, he did not.
He was a pitcher known for hitting home runs. He was a pretty good hitter.
He did have about 12 strikeouts as I remember it. But yeah, he tended to do that a lot too. So
yeah, but
anyway,
normally you get pulled in the third. So
hey, look, I have my baseball stats, my pitching stats. I am loaded. I am locked and loaded.
Oh,
So,
I
don't
have
worry about that.
no doubt.
We'll get to that later. But yeah, so I've got a few different. I don't have any like necessarily really substantive opening shots, but I got a couple of small ones. This one was interesting. So that they just had the NFL Combine, right? Which I don't watch, and I'm like, if you're watching the Combine, you need something else to do in life, I think. But one guy ran I'll just give you the numbers. He ran a 4.4540, right? 4.45 seconds in the 40.
And
a 33-inch vertical and a 10-foot broad jump.
Mm-hmm.
And he kicked a 70-yard field goal because he's a kicker.
What?
The kicker from UTSA, Jaffer Murphy, went and they actually, he did like the defensive back drills, and he ran a 4.4540, and he had a 33-inch vertical leap and a 10-foot broad jump, and he made like 9 out of his 10 field goals with one from 70 yards.
My, how the game has changed since Seabass.
Indeed.
Could you imagine Janikowski out there? Hey, Sebastian, take the cigarette out of your mouth.
He's like, wait a minute. You want me to run 40 yards? Come on.
Go. Let's see your broad jump.
Yeah, call her over. Another one, also a kicker, and this one I don't have any good combine stats on, but this guy is now nominated for the Best Nickname Award for the season. This is Kensei Matsuzawa, who I think is from the University.
Is that his nickname?
No, that's his actual name. He was, not surprisingly, from Japan, and I think he's at the University of Hawaii, if I'm not mistaken. His nickname is the Tokyo Toe.
Oh my gosh.
Which is fantastic. All right, so there's those two. Goodness, what next? I got a lot of stuff.
Yeah. I had some dark humor jump into my head on that, and I don't.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's a new nickname for Shohei if he ever wants it, but I'll tell it to you later.
Oh, fair enough. And I will just leave. I'll go with one more. So we are obviously coming into the Final Four weekend, getting ready to tip. They didn't play last night, did they?
That's this weekend, the Final Four?
Oh, okay. Yeah. We'll talk about that.
No, the women's Final Four played last night.
Okay. Right. Well, and I saw there was a little scuttle between the South Carolina and head coach
Don Staley and Gino Auriemma. Yes.
Gino Auriemma. I didn't really read the details. I just saw it, and it looks like South Carolina handled them pretty well. But anyway.
Yes. And I think Don Staley handled that interaction very, very well.
Yeah. Fair enough.
With Gino.
Yeah. But I have one note here, and I saw this last a couple of weeks ago. But there was only let's see, there are 6 Power 5 teams, Power 5 schools this year who did not make a college football bowl game and did not make either the NCAA men's or NCAA women's tournament this year. Only, and technically one of them made a bowl game, but they only made a bowl game because like 4 other teams had pulled out, and they only actually had 5 wins. So
because Notre Dame didn't play.
Yeah, that might have been the game, but Mississippi State was that one, who ended up getting into a bowl game, but they only had 5 wins. Any guesses? I was going to
guess Mississippi State. If you asked me, that was my first team.
Okay, so there's 5 other teams, no bowl game, no NCAA men's or women's tournament.
Syracuse?
Syracuse is not one of them. I believe they made a bowl game.
Did they? Oh, man.
This is tough.
This is a tough one. Kansas State No, they're okay. Football.
They're okay.
No, Baylor girls went. Man, this is a Cal.
No. Thanks, though.
Yeah, you're welcome. San Diego State.
Nope. No. All right. I'll give you. That was good guessing. You got Mississippi
Fresno State.
Not Fresno State. No, they made a bowl game too. Auburn. Boston College.
Auburn. Wow.
Stanford, which is big because they're usually competitive. Rutgers, which is not shocking. And then the fifth one, which I think is shocking, is Florida State. So
that one's shocking.
I mean, Auburn's
more shocking. Auburn football is a proud.
Well, so is Florida State, man. Cool. I mean, come on. Yeah.
But Auburn was in the Final Four last year.
Yeah, fair enough.
So it's not uncommon to do well one year and not make the tournament, but that's still a big jump. But football, that is. Do we know anybody that likes Auburn? I'm not real sure.
Will's an Auburn fan.
Yeah.
Did you know that? Okay.
Yes.
He doesn't listen, I don't think.
I know.
I mean, he might have been the guy who was punching the YouTube video so much that YouTube had to call and say, "Hey, guys, slow it down a bit." But
and for those listening, Will is Nick's son-in-law.
He is.
Who's a huge Auburn Roll Tide guy. So we'll go there.
And with that, we will bring opening shots to a close on episode 89 of D4 Sports. Welcome back to episode 89 of D4 Sports. And we just, I looked up the Cold Blow Lane, should have known, and I have seen it. It's this road and it's down in near the Den. It's got this tunnel, and I've seen videos of guys riding their bike through there and doing the Millwall roar and other things. And, but I did not know what it was called. So I hang my head in shame as a Millwall fan that I was not up on the Cold Blow Lane reference, but now now I know, and now it is the segment to talk about Millwall. And Dustin, I know how much you oppose hope in general.
Yes, it's a terrible thing.
But second place, all alone, 6 matches remaining. I mean, if the season ended now, we're promoted automatically, no playoff.
Which would turn London football fans upside down.
It would. And I know that, I mean, I venture that a lot of our listeners probably tune out during a lot of the Millwall segments, but I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of an American sports analogy that would be comparable. Obviously, there's no promotion and relegation in American sports, which is completely different, right? But
which I think is actually very creative, and I like that idea.
What, relegation and promotion?
Relegation and promotion, because it almost prevents the purposefully tanking like in the NBA.
Oh, of course it does. Yeah.
So I like the idea of the relegation promotion.
The problem is you don't have any significant second tier professional leagues, right?
Right.
And although, I mean, when you look at it, the amount of money spent by the championship clubs compared to the Premier League clubs is a fraction. So in the same sense, most of the championship league clubs, even if they get promoted, they come right back down because, and it's probably the case with Millwall, frankly, if we get promoted, it will be a monumental effort to stay in the Premier League for more than
I mean, I feel like it would be a shellacking and we would be coming back because of the amount of money put in by the Premier League teams to their teams. and we have players that are getting paid, but not like
No.
the Premier League guys.
Yeah, I looked up some of the numbers, and I think Millwall spends on the order of like 20 million pounds a year or something on total salaries. But I think like the lowest Premier League team is spending like 60 or 70, and most of them are spending well north of 100 million. And there are rules onto how much debt any team can take. So like you can't break the bank and go bankrupt to try to stay in the Premier League. They'll penalize you and they'll put you right back out of the league and everything else. So I don't know.
I say hope is a dangerous thing in sports because of who I root for. And hope is always there. It's just one of those things. I mean, especially last year with Millwall, you know, we have a chance to get into the play-in for promotion. And
that was 2 years ago. Last year,
2 years ago.
Last year
was like 13th
facing
or 14th
relegation.
place.
You're
right.
Yeah.
Right.
But
so, but yeah, 2 years ago, and you're just going, we're almost there.
Right.
And then I will say though, 2 years ago, I don't know or didn't know near what I know now about soccer. I feel like I know more than I should when it comes to Millwall football. Living in Lubbock, Texas, I know way more about Millwall football than anyone here should.
Yeah,
but I'm a fan. I was so excited yesterday when Coburn got that goal. It was crazy. I'm like, why do I feel this way? It was weird. But it's fun to have that, right? I think.
Oh yeah.
I think it's fun to follow it. It's fun to watch. I mean, I know I'm watching on my phone, and I'm like, I literally know every player's name on the pitch right now. Nice. Every single one of them.
Yeah.
And so, it's kind of funny.
Yeah. Well, and what you're describing is the very thing that, like, I always say my wife just doesn't understand, right? Like when I used to watch Wimbledon and Federer was playing, and it was like I was hurting when he lost, you know, or in like the Super Bowl this year, not a great night for me when I'm watching that game as the way it went, you know. And Karen's like, "Why do you get so upset?" And I'm like, "Look, I know you don't understand because sports does not do that to her, right? She doesn't get invested. She doesn't feel. I mean, she does. She understands. She intellectually understands, but she's like, it's just a game. And I'm like, yeah, it is. And you're right. And maybe it would be healthier for me if that were my attitude. But, for those of us who love sports, it's crazy. But yeah, no, I mean, the closest thing I could think to an American sports analogy would be like the Cleveland Browns making the Super Bowl, except that people don't hate the Cleveland Browns, and people legitimately hate Millwall here, right? Like, there are Millwall fans, and there are some who, kind of have a good laugh at Millwall, but people don't want them in the Premier League. They really don't, because they have a very long history of being, ruffians, violent hooligans, and frankly, they're really not like that much anymore. I'm sure there are still episodes, but they're just another football team.
The history is still lingering.
Yeah,
like it's not forgotten.
No, not at all.
And the crazy thing is how big yesterday was. Again, we still have 6 matches left, which anything can happen. Yeah, anything. Yeah. But the monumental win that happened yesterday to go from 4th to 2nd against the team that was 2nd.
Yeah.
I watched a video clip of a guy that was at the match. He's a Millwall fan, and he's videoing it. And at the very end, when time is up and the Millwall fans go crazy, he kind of pans and it goes to him, and he is like emotionally teary-eyed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he has been, he's probably in his early 50s, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
And he's been a Millwall fan since he was, who knows, maybe his whole life. And this is something that just hasn't ever happened to a Millwall fan.
Yeah.
Now, I know we jumped on, 4 years ago?
Yeah.
So not as big for us, but we're
Right.
enjoying the ride.
Right.
But imagine being a fan of a team and it's not like going to the Super Bowl. It's just advancing to a different league.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah.
But it's the best league in the
Right.
world for soccer.
Yeah. Right. And it's probably, I mean, yeah, I would say it's not unlike how the Red Sox felt in 2004. You know, it's not unlike, again, if the Jets were to get to the Super Bowl, or the Browns, or when the Lions get there, you know what I mean? Because that is the way it is. I mean, Millwall was in the top league for one season in like 1997, 98, I think. It was before it was even
before
called
the Premier League started.
Yeah. They had one season, and I think that's it in their history. And they've been around a long time, back in the 1800s, late 1800s. Yeah, like 1887 or something. So it's 145 years. And I mean, it's not even like the idea of winning the championship, like the equivalent of, winning the Premier League, which is the equivalent of winning the Super Bowl. That's not even on the radar. Like, I don't think any Millwall fan actually thinks that Millwall will ever win the Premier League, right? But just to get there, man. And it's
1885.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, look, at this point, we would have to utterly collapse to not make the playoffs. We'd have to lose every game straight up, and so that's almost assuredly not going to happen. Right. But I mean, the bottom line is, if we take care of business, if we win 4 of the next 6, and if we go 4 wins, 2 draws, no losses, we probably
There's
lock
no
up.
way.
We probably lock up second. And we get automatically promoted. That would be unbelievable. That's unbelievable. That's yeah. I don't even know when the last time Millwall made the playoffs for promotion was. And I have to even try to look that up. Millwall has been a perpetual championship level team, competitive, mid-table.
They're
not
good
a
enough
pushover.
to be in the league.
Absolutely. They're a stalwart in the league. But, again, with the promotion and relegation cycle, every year you've got 3 teams that were just in the Premier League that have come back. So they've got the money, they've got the squad, they've got the players. And so a lot of those teams cycle in and out, like your Leicesters, your Ipswich, Sunderland, Bournemouth, Burnley. Well, actually, Burnley, they were the first time ever they were promoted, whenever, like last year.
Right. Yep.
But I mean, it's a lot of the same teams that kind of cycle in and out from the bottom of the Premier League to the top of the Championship. And almost everybody in football says the Championship League in English football is the toughest league of all. It is the most competitive. It is the most challenging because you have so many teams. Because by the time you get to the Championship and you start getting competitive in the Championship level, you're seriously thinking about Premiership, right? And being in that top tier. Teams start investing. Teams start caring. Plus, you have all those relegated teams.
Right.
It's fiery.
And it has to be hard for the management and administration and ownership right now for Millwall because they're sitting here right now. There's no way that they're going, well, we probably won't make it, so we don't need to think about the future. I mean, you have 6 matches left, and they have to be thinking, oh, I'm excited about this, but what do we do? Like have to put things in place in regards to if we do make it, having, away fans coming in and away teams coming in. And we've got the Den is not near what, some of the Tottenham is or
but when Tottenham gets relegated and we go up, we can swap stadium.
Exactly.
Yeah. But beyond that, it's like, they got to be figuring out how do we get an extra $30 million of revenue?
Right. I mean, and who are we going to bring in? Because we're going to have to get a couple players,
absolutely.
To field, not field a team, obviously, because you have a good team right now.
To field a competitive team in the Premier League.
A competitive team.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And the biggest question is, what do we do when we go or they come to West Ham? Like, that's huge.
Well,
that's our biggest. I mean, they're in the Premier League and we're in the Champions League, but if we're talking about the teams that hate each other the most.
Well, my buddy Andy Gill, good friend of mine, is a West Ham fan. And and we've been texting
You call him a
each
good
other.
friend?
He
How
is.
dare you?
And
How
he
dare
even told
you?
me. He even told me. He's like, look. He said, I'm just saying, if either you get promoted or we get relegated, don't go to that game. I mean, he's not kidding, right?
Right.
I mean, yeah, West Ham and Millwall.
Which is crazy. And I know
yeah.
that Millwall has the stigma attached to it,
Yeah.
right? Like
Well,
I am fully aware of the history.
Yeah.
But we went to that Watford game.
Yeah.
And there wasn't for a half a second where I felt uncomfortable.
No.
Where I felt like there would have been even an issue. You have fans yelling. You have colorful British language that, in America we are not used to.
Yeah.
That's just verbiage. That's just language. That's not anything that's going to make me feel uncomfortable.
Right.
Not for 1 second did I feel that. Yeah. I know for a fact that if it was a West Ham Millwall game, there would be some tension. There would be like a tightening up of just everything in you.
And honestly, the worst part would be getting into the stadium, because once you're in the stadium, they keep you all segregated, right?
Correct, because they have that one away area for the fans.
But coming off the train, baby. Pubs
because everybody's on it. Everybody's on it. You're
pubs and bars around.
Stop.
I don't know. It could get dicey, but anyway. Well, we're riding the wave. We got another match Monday. The toughest match by placement on the table of anybody left. I think we got Norwich, right? Monday.
Norwich.
They're 12th.
They're
13th
10th right now.
10th. Okay. Everybody else is bottom half of the table, so our schedule is setting up favorably. But
it is. Is the first time you can actually say you control your own destiny.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to, right now, you don't have to worry about, well, we got to win this game, and this game, but this team has to lose here.
Right.
All it is right now is just you win.
Yeah. Well, technically Ipswich, because they have a game in hand.
But they play Middlesbrough.
Well, right.
This month.
No, yeah. No, I get it. Right. But like, so technically we're 3 points up on them. But they're 2 games behind us. They play Monday and then they have an extra game because they had a cancellation earlier.
And goal differential.
Technically, if they win both of those games, they would bump us and 1 out, right? But at any rate, where we are now in the table, second place, control our destiny, win out Millwall. My only fear is that we have a history of playing down to our competition, and I sure hope we don't see that coming in. But
let's just hope if we do come out a second and we go to the play-in games, let's just make sure they're away games.
Yeah, so ridiculous, ridiculous.
It is crazy.
But we are better on the road than we are at home for whatever reason. All right, we got a couple minutes left in this segment. We probably ought to talk about. There is no Premier League; they've been off for 2 weeks, so we can ignore my failings there. Nothing has really changed on that front, but I suppose we should talk about the college basketball tournament bracket challenge we have going.
You really want to do that?
No, I don't, but I'm sure you do.
I mean, I'm winning by a substantial amount.
Winning.
So.
I'm winning. Yeah, you're
okay, mister. Once you've done well each week, you kind of throw it out there as popping your collar.
I'm winning. 950 points. With let me see, I'm checking your bracket here real quick. You have
3 of 4 in it.
3 of 4. The only one you don't have is what, Purdue? No,
Illinois.
UConn. Illinois. I can't even see. What am I?
I had UConn.
You had UConn, Illinois, Arizona, Michigan.
No, I didn't have Illinois. I had Houston where Illinois was.
Right. So you have UConn, Arizona, Michigan. Right. You got 3 of the 4.
Yeah, those are my 3.
You're in first place with 950. 70 points clear, and your max is 1590. The next highest is 1340. You pretty much, 1410. You pretty much got this wrapped up. I have no one left.
Shocker.
But I'm not in last. I am in next to last and tied for 17th. Though they all have some teams left, so they could all win. I don't have any more potential points. But Matt Houchin, thankfully, looks like he actually maybe didn't pick. I don't know. He didn't have a good bracket. So, but yeah.
Alice pick.
I'm at 17th.
Or not Alice.
Not tied for 17th. They'll probably end up 19th out of 20, so that's pretty solid. Yeah. Mike Falls, he's only 30 points ahead of me at 650, and he's done. So, I feel pretty good about that. Holly is going to beat me. Everybody's going to beat me.
Savannah is going to beat you.
Savannah's going to beat me pretty soundly, in fact. Yeah. Well, all right then. So I guess if you win, we'll have you on the show.
As a guest?
Yeah, well, something. We'll give you an extra minute.
Real quick, I want to apologize to Matt because I know he's one of our few listeners. I did say Alice. I meant Betty. He had Betty pick.
Oh, yeah, right, yeah. No, I didn't. I probably should have had Alice pick. I'm sure I would have done better, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
for sure.
No. All right.
No, and I say that because Ansley for like 4 years straight beat me.
Yeah.
And I'm just going, at some point.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, all right. So any other D4 business you can think of at this point?
No, I don't think so. We Millwalled that segment.
We have Millwalled, and another month, basically. Their season ends on May 2nd. So we got another month, 6 matches. Come on, you Lions. You can do it. And with that, we will say goodbye for D4 Business of episode 89, D4 Sports.
Nobody cares about them.
All right. Sports Roundup coming at you for episode 89. And let's just get into it, Dustin. Baseball season underway.
It's here, baby.
You said you were buying the MLB Game Pass. Did you actually do it?
I sure did.
And
And
how many games have you watched so far?
I've watched 5 Cardinals games. I've watched 1 Yankees game and part of another game.
Okay. All right. Well,
So,
here's my card.
I mean, that's 6 full games that I've watched.
That's more baseball than you watched all last season.
And the season before that and the season before that.
If you add them together. Yeah. Well, at least you're getting your money's worth.
That's right.
The
price of a ticket added all together.
Yeah.
It's $100. I found a $50 off coupon.
Huh? Nice.
So it's only $100 for 182 games if I watch them all.
Well, I didn't say this, but like I'm seriously contemplating buying the sports subscription for the last month. But I can buy a month-long subscription to Sky Sports for about £35, which is not cheap. It's not super expensive.
Not cheap.
I mean, that's a night at the pub, really. I mean, kind of thing. I mean, it's a handful of drinks.
Are you willing to take a night off of drinking?
Okay, here we are. Anyway,
so that will, if you do purchase that will either in 1 month you will realize that was the best purchase you ever made, or the worst purchase you ever made.
And there aren't many things you can say that about. So that's that. Anyway, I'll keep you posted if I do it. But so I did have my Cardinals stat for you. This one you can, thanks to social media. Let me see. Do you know when the Cardinals last had back-to-back losing seasons?
Past 2 years. No, I don't know.
1958 and 59.
It's impressive.
Is the last time the Cardinals had. That's more than impressive, because guess who's the next closest?
The Twins.
The Dodgers. And they were in 1986 and 87. It's 30 years later for those doing the math. The Yankees, 91 and 92. The next closest are the now Cleveland Guardians, but they were the Indians back here in 2009 and 2010. 16 major league teams have had back-to-back losing seasons in the 2020s. And the Cardinals haven't had back-to-back losing seasons, 58, 59.
That's a really impressive stat.
It's an incredibly impressive stat, organizationally. And
especially with 162 games.
Well, I mean, I guess. I mean, number of games is kind of irrelevant, I think, in terms of, I don't know that if you stack ranked, winning percentage in football versus baseball versus basketball, that you're going to see a radical difference from, but
I think you fall into more wins in baseball due to the sheer number of games that you play versus the other sports.
I mean, it feels like I would agree that you would think you would tend to have a stronger clump around 500. I'm not really sure that's true.
That's kind of what I'm thinking, but I could be way off on that.
There are some bad teams. Every year there's
but that's what I'm thinking.
Teams.
I'm thinking you're closer to the media, the right in the middle by falling into some of them. Now the White Sox are not, but there are. I don't know. Yeah. It's just what I think. Yeah. I could be.
No, I agree. Intuitively, that might be. I'm not sure that's true. That's interesting statistical question. But all that to say, there's my Cardinal stat of the year because they did have a losing season last year. So,
Here's my Cardinal stat of the year.
Okay.
And I think you sent this to me as well. For the first 2 or 3 games, our relief pitchers gave up 15 hits, 13 runs, and something like that. Not counting yesterday's loss, but the 2 games recently had 1 hit, 0 runs allowed for our relief. So you want to talk about 2 different ends of the spectrum.
There you go.
That's relief pitching for you, baby.
Nice and consistent. Perfect. So, all right. Well, before I dive into my pitching stats, which I have, they're not even news anymore, but
no,
but they are still, they're still pretty impressive. But what do you say so far is the story of the year in baseball?
Oh, I don't know. Some star players haven't really broken out of their shell yet and become the star players that they could be. I mean, Aaron Judge had a good game last night.
He had a heck of an opening day. Golden Sombrero.
4 strikeouts.
0 for 5 and 4 strikeouts, baby. That's impressive. Yeah.
Shohei had a good game yesterday, but not doing what we've seen him do. But the White Sox are still the White Sox. I don't know. The Marlins are doing decent.
They are.
Which is a shock.
Yeah. Well,
anyways, I don't have a huge storyline right now with baseball.
Yeah, to me, I got to say it's the Yankees giving up 8 runs in 7 games. I mean, you talk about pitching. They've already had 3 shutouts this year. None of them complete games, mind you. I think only one of their pitchers has gone more than 6, and that only once. But nonetheless, 8 runs in 7 games in any stretch is pretty ridiculous. Starting the season that way is nice. The Giants, of course, were on the opposite end of that, not scoring in the first 22 innings of the season, starting with 2 straight shutouts at the hand of the Yankees, and then finally breaking through with 1 run in the 3rd. So that wasn't great. But yeah, no, that the Yankees, that's quite a start, I would say, to the season. Obviously, not something they can continue. You're not going to have a team ERA of 1.2. I think that's safe to say, but that's good. You did mention the White Sox. They've already managed to be at -30 in the run differential through 7 games.
Which is why I felt very comfortable saying the White Sox are going to be the White Sox.
Yeah. That -30 is impressive because...
Impressively bad.
Yeah, because even the Yankees, having only given up 8 runs, are still only at a +24. And the next closest negative team are the Diamondbacks at -19. But they also had a game they just lost 17-2. So that was 15 runs.
They got blasted recently.
That was 15 runs right there. So other than that game, they're only -4. But the White Sox, although they're 2-5, so go figure. That's not terrible. Couple of games of note. We do have a complete game. One. Sandy Alcantara. Complete game on 93 pitches. Quite efficient.
It's efficient.
3 hits, no walks, 7 strikeouts. And he pitched 7 innings in his first start. So he has 2 games and 16 innings. there's only 5 pitchers in the league that are averaging more than 6. Well, 4, maybe 5 now.
He surpassed most pitchers full season last year of innings.
Yeah, he's close to it. But yeah, this might have been yesterday, but there are 4 pitchers currently averaging over 6 per start. Alcantara, Max Fried?
Fried for Fried.
Fried, FR80 for the Yankees, and he is 2 starts and 13.1 innings, so he's just there. And Rogers and Skubal are both at 13. Nobody else is over 12 innings in their 2 starts. So that's continuing. The relief pitcher phenomenon continues to be alive and well. And just to give you an idea, we're 7 to 8 games into the season. There are already 12 pitchers who've pitched in 5 games out of the 7 or 8. And a couple of games of note. The Reds and Red Sox use 14 pitchers in an 11-inning 6-5 game. The A's and Blue Jays use 15 pitchers in an 11-inning game. And the Yanks, let's see, this one. Yeah, the Yankees and the Giants, 12 pitchers in a 9-inning 3-1 game. 3-1. They used 12 pitchers, and it was a 9-inning game. So, I don't know. It's just crazy.
Yeah. In the American League, there's only one team. And again, 7 or 8 games.
Yeah.
There's only one team that has less than 3 losses.
The Yankees?
The Yankees.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody else in the league has at least 3 losses.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, I was looking at this because, and I was counting, there are 17 of the 30 teams are currently at 500 or worse this early in the season. Yes. Because you have the Yankees at 6-1, the Brewers at 5-1, the Dodgers at 5-2, the Braves at 6-2. So basically, when you have fewer winning teams than losing teams or 500 teams, that means that, you have some teams doing really well. That's sort of the feast and famine, right? Although everybody's won a game this year already. So that's, you don't have any outliers there in terms of no big offers. In fact, everybody's won at least 2 games this year. So like the worst record in baseball right now is.
That's what I mean by falling into some wins.
2-5. Well, yeah. I mean, I think that's all the White Sox and A's can hope for, I think. But anyway, so baseball's up and going. They had a tremendous World Series to finish off last season, but we'll have to see. Oh, we got to talk about the ABS system, the challenge system. What do you think of the challenge system?
I don't disagree with having something to make sure that the right call is being the right call. I mean, in tennis, we have the eagle eye, right?
Yeah. Hawkeye. Yeah.
Hawkeye. Yeah. But to end a game on a ABS call is.
I didn't actually see that. Well, okay.
There was 2 days ago.
Okay.
I forget the team.
All right.
But the last pitch was challenged. It was called a ball and challenged, and then it was a strike, and it ended the game.
Oh, yeah.
So that's worse than, in my opinion, than a walk-off blooper to over the first baseman's head. Like,
that's like a
walk-off bunt.
A walk-off balk, right? Yeah. That's rough.
So, yeah, I think if you're gonna call it and it's, I don't know, can't end a game, repitch it.
Well,
like,
yeah. Well, but how do you do that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the hard part, right? Like, so I do agree there's got to be some checks and balances.
The only way you could do that would be like if you said, okay, well you can't end a game on an overturn challenge, then you would have to basically say you can't end an at bat on an overturn challenge, right? So like if it's called ball 4 and you come back and they say no, it was actually a strike, but that would be strike 3. You would just have to say like no pitch, and you'd have to do it again. Because I mean, there's no way you could just make an exception the last out of the game. I mean, that doesn't make any sense.
Right. No, and I understand that. I really do.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out what would be the best route, because to end a game,
well, just get rid of the umps altogether.
Or yeah, you could do that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
what is interesting though, and I saw this guy did a video and he said how there's basically 4 strike zones now, right? Because in the rule book, the ball only has to be in the strike zone at some point as it crosses the plate. But the ABS takes it at a single vertical stripe, right? Mm-hmm. So the ABS zone is not actually exactly the same as the MLB official rulebook zone. And apparently the way they measure these guys is not actually according to the way that the rule book says that. So it's like there's like literally like by putting the system in, they've created a very gray area. It's not quite like Hawkeye in tennis, right? Because the bottom line is on a serve, it's either in or out, and it doesn't matter where the guy stands or how tall he is or how short he is, how fast you hit it, how slow you hit it. If it's out, it's out. If it's in, it's in. But the strike zone isn't the same for everybody, right? And again, it's not an exact slice in time. It's a traveling through time, which this ABS system apparently can't capture. So
you're saying that the strike zone is not the same for Altuve as it is for Aaron Judge. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, it should be, because then Altuve would be having to swing in his eyes.
Right.
Ball
but I
comes
do think
in here, strike.
But how does a strike zone collapse? Like, I understand it's got to, like, you have this area, right?
Yeah.
But in baseball, especially with human umpires, strike zones expand and shrink depending on.
Well, right, but it also, I mean, it has to be defined by the height of the player, right? But
right.
Then again,
it does.
You measure when they're standing up. You measure when they're standing up, and then they get in their batting stance and they're crouched, and so that's not even the same. So
I mean, Altuve crouches like 3'5".
Yeah, well. Yeah.
So, and Aaron Judge crouches my height, so he's a monster.
I'm not sure he can bend his knees.
He is a monster.
All right. Quickly, couple of other things. I don't have a lot of other major sporting news. I guess, we had Medvedev won in Miami, right? Indian Wells. And then Sinner won in what was that, Indian Wells in anyway, Indian Wells. So they split on the hard court, the early hard court tournaments. Obviously, you got the French Open not too far away, but we're getting into the clay court season, so should see Alcaraz probably get his points again. See what happens in the tennis world, not much else. Formula One's gotten going this year, which has been actually pretty interesting. Different cars.
Kimi won the last race. Mercedes has got the cars, man.
Yeah, and it's just, I mean, they for those who haven't paid any attention, Formula One has gone to hybrid electric gas power, fuel powered vehicles, and they have all these fancy charging regulations and stuff and battery stuff. I haven't watched enough to fully understand it, but it's a pretty significant change. And it's led to last year McLaren with Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri just dominated. And this year they're kind of top third, but not great. Ferrari is perpetually Ferrari and seems somehow to never actually quite get it all the way right. Max Verstappen and Red Bull, after 5 years of dominance, have come back to the pack and are competitive, but not running away with it. Mercedes looking strong. And this is, to our real true F1 listeners, I don't think Lance Stroll has actually finished a race yet this season. he's part of Alpine, right? Or is Alfa Romeo?
I think he's Alfa Romeo.
He's Alfa Romeo, and I think his dad owns it, which is the rumor as to why the only reason he's still a driver, because he literally it's pretty funny. But so F1's getting going. Golf is kicking up. The Masters is this week. I will see. I do have a golf stat, because Bryson DeChambeau is back doing Bryson DeChambeau things, and this was a couple weeks ago. But he stood up and he drove the green on a par 4,
par 7,
on a par 4, which is not all that surprising, because a lot of times they'll have some short par 4s where it's kind of a risk reward, right? Do you go for it? Do you not? I don't think this one was that, though, because it was 393 yards. And Bryson DeChambeau, the everyman golfer, driving the green on a 393-yard par 4. That was fun. Oh, and I do have one other thing. There's a lot of these social media accounts now that have started doing ballpark food at the beginning of the season, right? And they go to the different parks and they look up the different foods and they get, talk about them. I found my favorite, and it's the Seattle Mariners. And I'll see if I can somehow work this into the video, if we do the video podcast for all of our video listeners. And again, we've had so many, let me just ask, if you watch us on video, maybe consider going audio this week, because YouTube has said, hey, we're flooded. You're taxing our servers. But the Mariners have a sundae called the Big Dumper.
Do you know who the Big Dumper is?
Is it their catcher? Oh, Call.Holly. Yeah.
Call.Holly.
But have you seen the Big Dumper?
I have not.
It's in a, I don't know if it's porcelain or ceramic or plastic toilet, and it's a big heaping mound of chocolate soft serve with chocolate sauce over the top.
Oh, I mean, but that's not the best out there. Have you seen the Rangers?
I haven't.
Ballpark food.
You can beat the Big Dumper? What do you got?
In regards to wanting to eat it, yes. I don't know if I want to eat the Big Dumper.
It's the aesthetics of the Big Dumper that get it over.
But the nacho sombrero that you can wear as a hat, I would love to have the nacho sombrero.
I can't believe they sell that. I can't believe they're selling that.
How firm and thick does that hat have to be to keep the food on it?
I don't know. How much? You gotta have guts.
Turned this into.
You gotta have guts to wear the nacho sombrero.
AAA, AA, ballpark food.
We're getting close. Nacho sombrero, Big Dumper combo.
I remember going to a baseball game and getting like the mini helmet ice cream soft serve.
Yeah.
Not the toilet bowl, but
no.
The mini
helmet.
Man,
look, back in the day when I was a kid, you had like 5 options. You had your peanuts and Cracker Jacks, because that's from the song. You had hot dogs. You had nachos. That was it. Those were your options.
Maybe a pretzel.
You have a pretzel, and you had the old bad sundaes, right? The old carnation, like ice milk sundaes.
With the wood spoon that didn't have a dip it, just a flat spoon.
Broke,
yes.
It broke every time. Yeah.
I remember.
And maybe cotton candy.
That was Oakland. So, I mean, they were kind of, enough said.
Yeah. Last time I was at the Oakland game, do you remember, did you ever have an It-Sit? An It-Sit? It's like a high quality ice cream sandwich, or like 2 really nice like oatmeal raisin cookies with ice cream in the middle, and it's all covered in chocolate. They were phenomenal. I had those when I was a kid.
I've had the 2 chocolate chip with ice cream. I haven't had like the...
Yeah. No, that was called an It. And it was good stuff. I don't know if they still make them anymore, but it was quality. Anyway, all right.
We have gone
anything
off
else
the
for
rails.
this? Anything? Well, yeah. What else is new? Witty banter. It's all about witty banter.
I thought we were done with that and going to politics.
And with that, we're out for the Sports Roundup on episode 89 of D4 Sports. 99 of D4 Sports. Dustin, I want to start real quick with at the end of last week, we had 2 sporting holidays. I guess technically one was the end of February, but I saw the one at the end of March, and I thought I'd look it up. And February 26th was Pete Weber Day, where he infamously won the U.S. Open. And, who do you think you are? I am. That was February 26th. Another great day in sports is March the 24th. Do you know what happened on March the 24th?
I don't.
That's the Randy Johnson killed a bird that one time day.
Oh, I remember that.
Everybody remembers it. It's March the 24th of whatever year. It's Randy Johnson
exploded.
Randy Johnson killed a bird that one time day. That was actually in spring training. I didn't know that. But
I did know it was spring training, but that is you talk about odds of that happening.
An all-time classic video. So, all right, what do you got for me?
So I have a question for you, and I'll get to the question in just a second. So last night, watching, it wasn't the Ocho, but it was pretty close to it. With Holly, and we were watching the World Championships of darts.
Oh,
and first of all,
Luke Littler,
19-year-old.
Yeah.
Let's just say all but one of the competitors look like darts is a pub sport. I'll just say that.
Well, it is.
I know, and it shows.
Yeah.
But it is.
There's a reason the Brits are so good at it.
The stadium, not.
No way. I want to go to these before I move back
not
to the
local
States
gym.
Yeah.
Not.
No, yeah.
Stadium is packed.
Oh, yeah.
And Holly's like, there's no way. Like, there are people outside the stadium going, this is a free event. You need to come in and we'll buy you, and I'm going, no, I'm pretty sure like people are heavily involved.
It's expensive to go. Yeah. I've looked at tickets. It's not cheap. Yeah.
And then, and I know that I am throwing Holly under the bus a little bit here.
Mm-hmm.
But they show the distance from where the competitors are throwing the darts to the dartboard. And it doesn't look very far to the naked eye.
I don't know how far it is. It's only like 15 feet, though. It's not a long way.
I don't even think it's 15 feet.
Is it? Okay.
But,
I guess we can look that up. Yeah.
Right. But Holly then says, that's child's play.
Oh, boy.
I could do that. And I'm like, child's play, huh? That's a tough task, I think, to get a 180 on throwing darts, or to even hit the spot you want to one time in an actual, like, if me and you go to the pub and I hit what I'm aiming at one time, I'm going to be elated.
Yeah. No, so our friends, Jim Nicholson and his girlfriend Kat, who they live here. Well, we have played darts with them on a couple of occasions. And let's just say it's freaking hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sober. And I'm like, well, hey, you know what? Bring Holly back over here. We'll go to the Flight Club, which is a big darts themed bar. You can get in, you reserve, and we'll just, we'll give her a shot. I feel like she needs a shot at the title.
I mean, she might be able to beat Littler.
I don't think so. Yeah, I mean,
probably not.
The crazy thing is when you actually start watching them, because the rules of darts, and I don't know all of them, but I do know, like, to finish, you have to finish with a double something, right?
Yes, you have.
And so you count down your points, right?
Correct.
And so, you get triple 20, but you have to finish with a double. So let's say you have to actually control your points to the point where you get down to a place where you have a double lens. And I don't even know. It seems like these guys think some numbers are easier to throw than others, which doesn't make much sense to me. But
Right.
I don't know anything about darts. But like, so you have to actually, so the double is the outside ring. So you have to, so if you get down to 12, you have to hit the double 6 to win.
You have to,
right?
Yeah.
And if you hit 6, now you're down to 6, and now you have to hit the double 3. Yeah, and you have to do it right in order to win. And it's just not, that's not a very big area to throw that dart. It's
and
hard.
what's crazy is now, learning a little bit about darts, which I'm surprised I'm even saying that. Everybody's like, "Oh, I hit the bullseye, That's not even the best throw.
No,
I hit the triple 20. I hit the triple 20. So that's what I'm going to start saying instead of bullseye.
There you go.
But it's got to be harder than you think.
It's not easy. Yeah, it's not easy at all. So all right. So I saw something. I didn't watch it on TV, but I saw it online. It's a video. It's more obscure than darts. New world record set. Annika Ermler. Have you ever heard of Annika Ermler?
No.
I would be stunned if you did. She set the new Guinness Book of World Records for most table tennis balls removed from cocktail glasses with her tongue in 1 minute. So, cocktail glass, tennis ball. Any guess how many?
I'm just going to stay away from this.
27. And moving on.
Yes.
We have a new feature in London. So a lot of people vape in London, right? A lot of people vape everywhere, but a lot of people vape in London. It's become quite popular, and people are not always responsible with their vapes when they run out. You get some of these disposable ones, they toss them, and squirrels have started picking up the vapes.
I have seen
Squirrels have started picking up the vapes in London, and they're having to start issuing issues about, like, please don't throw your vapes because the squirrels are getting loaded off of the vapes. And I think that makes London an official D4 city. It already was because I'm here.
It was.
But now, without question, the Vaping Squirrels makes London a D4 city.
Absolutely.
I mean, you got Prairie Dog Town, which also makes Lubbock an automatic D4 city too. But
that's right. That's true.
Vaping Squirrels. Can you top that?
No, I don't think so.
Few things can.
Few things can.
And so, with the Vaping Squirrels and Holly wanting to show her stuff on the dart circuit, we'll bring episode 89 to a close. Any last words for the people?
No, but keep listening. Keep watching.
Maybe. Start watching.
Start watching.
Just click on it. Just click on it.
You don't even have to share with your friends. You can just start it, end it, start it.
Don't even have to watch. I don't even care how long. We're not looking for metrics. Anyway, I don't need any more calls from YouTube. Let's just put it that way. And with that, we say to our good listeners, until next time,
D4 Sports is brought to you by Don and Dustin and by our sponsors, Sports and Day Drinking. Special thanks go to Trey Klein for providing the music behind D4 and all our friends and family for supporting us throughout this effort.